While I truly appreciate the work that my committee members have done on our state budget process so far, I know and I'm confident that our budget can be stronger. My amendment would restore funding to the State Board of Education, whose members receive travel expenses to and from Lansing simply to attend State Board of Education meetings. This funding was stripped out of our Department of Education Appropriations Subcommittee, of which I serve as Minority Vice Chair. State Board of Education members receive only a per diem allotment for their important work on behalf of our schools and our children of Michigan. I'm extremely disappointed that this funding was removed in retaliation to the State Board of Education simply doing their job to ensure that schools are safe and welcoming for all of our students, including our LGBTQ students. The State Board of Education, in response to the request of many school districts, issued draft guidelines on how schools can better accommodate LGBT students, and that draft guideline is still open for public comment and feedback at this time. This draft guideline is a multi-pronged approach articulated in our State Board of Education's top 10 and 10 years strategic goals to ensure closing the achievement gap among at-risk students is a priority, including our LGBTQ students. And even if the board decides to finalize this draft guideline, it is simply a model for schools to voluntarily adopt. It is not a mandate. This was a preliminary step, and it is extremely important that we promote and encourage discussions that make our schools safe and welcoming. The fact is, LGBT students are subject to pervasive bullying, harassment, discrimination in schools, which in turn negatively impacts their health, well-being, and academic achievement. In 2013, the National School Climate Survey reported 74% of LGBT students were verbally harassed, and in the past year, because of their sexual orientation, and 55% of LGBT students were verbally harassed because of their gender expression. The same survey also reported that 36% of LGBT students were physically assaulted in the past year because of their sexual orientation, and 22% because of their gender expression. In 2015, the Michigan Youth Risk Survey shows that students who identify as LGBT are 4.5 times more likely to attempt suicide. Over half of the respondents to the National Transgender Discrimination Survey who were harassed, assaulted, and expelled because of their gender identity and expression have reported attempting suicide. This truly is not a bathroom issue. This is a suicide prevention issue. As statewide elected officials, the State Board of Education is accountable to the people of Michigan. Our residents have an opportunity to make their voices heard during this public comment period. Advocating for inclusive policies like this will only attract and retain talent and families, and I applaud the State Board of Education for moving in the right direction. I wholeheartedly support the State Board of Education's efforts, and I urge my colleagues to adopt my amendment to make it clear that Michigan is a welcoming state and to make sure that all of our students feel safe and welcome during school. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Representative. The question before the House on the adoption of the amendment. The clerk will open the board. The amendment is not adopted.